This video is about the fascinating history of Australia, from the first people, the Aboriginal Australians, to the challenges of modern society. I'll explain how the country developed over thousands of years, from early discoveries to the present day, where Australia is a strong, multicultural nation. Around 65,000 years ago, the first humans arrived in Australia. These Aboriginal Australians lived as hunters and gatherers. They had complex cultures, languages, and dreamtime stories. Their art, such as rock paintings, has survived to this day. In the 17th century, European explorers reached Australia. Dutch sailors like Willem Jan Zoon landed on the coast in 1606. They called the land New Holland. However, they did not establish colonies. In 1770, James Cook landed on the east coast and claimed it for Great Britain. He named the area New South Wales. His discovery led to later settlement. Cook's maps helped future expeditions. In 1788, the British established a penal colony in Sydney. Thousands of convicts were shipped from England to work there. The First Fleet also brought soldiers and supplies. This was the start of European settlement. Convicts lived under harsh conditions. They built roads, houses, and farms. Many were freed after years and stayed in Australia. The colony grew, but conflicts with Aboriginal Australians increased. European settlement brought suffering to the Aboriginal people. They lost their land, and diseases like smallpox killed many. There were violent clashes with settlers. Aboriginal communities were often displaced. In the 1850s, a gold rush began in Victoria. Thousands came from Europe, China, and America to seek gold. Cities like Melbourne grew rapidly. The wealth transformed the colonies. In the 19th century, new colonies like Queensland and South Australia were founded. Each colony had its own laws and governors. Settlers built sheep and cattle farms. The wool trade made Australia wealthy. In 1854, gold miners in Ballarat rebelled against high taxes. The Eureka Rebellion was a fight for more rights. Although it was suppressed, it led to reforms. It was a step toward democracy. In the 19th century, many Chinese came because of the gold rush. They worked hard but faced prejudice. Later, workers from the Pacific came to plantations. This diversity shaped Australia. In 1901, the colonies united to form the Commonwealth of Australia. Canberra became the capital. Australia got its own constitution, but remained part of the British Empire. It was a proud moment. In 1914, Australia fought in World War I for Britain. Soldiers, the Anzacs, fought in Gallipoli in Europe. Many died, but the war made Australia more confident. Anzac Day is a national holiday. From 1905 to the 1970s, Aboriginal children were taken from their families. The government wanted to raise them European. These stolen generations suffered greatly. In 2008, the government apologized. After World War II, Australia's economy grew. Mining, especially of iron and coal, became important. Immigrants from Europe came for work and a new life. Cities like Sydney became modern. In 1941, Japan threatened Australia. Darwin was bombed, and Australia fought in the Pacific. The alliance with the USA grew stronger. The war brought Australia closer to Asia. Until the 1960s, the White Australia policy was in place. It favored white immigrants and restricted Asians. In the 1970s, it was abolished. Australia became more multicultural. In the 1960s, Aboriginal Australians fought for equality. In 1967, they gained the right to vote and were recognized as citizens. Land rights, like the Mabo decision in 1992, gave them hope. The struggle continues. In 1956, the Olympic Games were held in Melbourne. It was the first time Australia hosted. The Games showed Australia as a modern country. Sports became a key part of the culture. In the 1960s, Australia sent troops to the Vietnam War. It supported the USA against communism. The war was controversial, and there were protests. Many soldiers died. In the 1970s, multiculturalism became official. Immigrants from Asia, the Middle East, and Africa arrived. Cities like Sydney became diverse. Today, Australia is a melting pot. In the 1980s, mining continued to grow. Australia exported resources like coal and uranium to Asia. The wealth made the country prosperous, but the environment suffered from mining. In 2000, Sydney hosted the Olympic Games. The Games were a great success and showed Australia at its best. Aboriginal culture was highlighted. It was a moment of pride. In the 2000s, climate change became a major issue. Bushfires, like those in 2019 to 2020, destroyed forests and towns. Australia is investing in renewable energy. Climate change remains a challenge. Since the 2000s, Australia has had a strict asylum policy. Boat refugees are sent to island camps. The policy is controversial and often criticized. Human rights are a key concern. Reconciliation with Aboriginal Australians is an important goal. Programs support education and health, but many still live in poverty. Australia is working towards justice. Today, Australia is one of the strongest economies. Mining, agriculture, and tourism drive growth. Cities like Melbourne are hubs of life, but reliance on raw materials is risky. Since the 2000s, China has been Australia's biggest trading partner. Australia exports resources to China, but political tensions such as over human rights strain relations. Trade remains vital. Australia is focusing on technology and startups. Cities like Sydney promote innovation in AI and medicine. The internet connects Australia to the world. Digitalization shapes the future. Tourism is a major economic sector. The Great Barrier Reef and Uluru attract millions of visitors. Cities like Brisbane offer culture and beaches. Tourism is a source of pride for Australia. Australia is a land of contrasts, modern cities and vast deserts. It is multicultural, but the Aboriginal history remains central. Sport, nature, and freedom shape its culture. Australia looks to the future with optimism.